women are sharing their stories with you, and it takes a lot of courage for them to get up here and tell you the things that they've been through, the things that they've done, and are no different than Mary and I. The only difference is we didn't get caught. So we thank you again for being here tonight and supporting these women, and after the event's over, we'll come back and thank you again for coming.
My name is Elaine, and I am a person in long-term recovery. From a very young age, I decided how I was going to make my mark in this world was to be the quintessential overachiever. I was president of everything that I was in. I was in sports, academically, I exceeded, graduated at the top of my class. So I became a nurse, was in charge of a level 1 trauma center when I was 22 years old. I was the charge nurse down there. I can't say I was unhappy. I can't say why I decided one day with Dilaudid in my pocket that perhaps if I was this good on my own, imagine how great I could be if I was all hyped up on Dilaudid. And the truth is, the ugliness of it all, I would get my medications that I needed during the day. And when I didn't have access to the medications I needed, then I would have vodka at night. So it became a vicious cycle that spiraled out of control very, very quickly. And I swore tomorrow was going to be different. Tomorrow was never different. Woke up mad again that I was even alive. My dirty laundry aired on the front of the paper in our small town, which is Lebanon. So today, I feel lucky to have 3 teenagers who are just absolutely fabulous. I've got one in college, one in high school, and one in middle school. My kids know more about stigmas, substance use disorders than many average teenagers. I don't know what, that day, God just picked me up and said, get up and put one foot in front of the other. Just go out there. You know, you're either going to listen to the devil and go 6 feet under, or today is the day you're getting up. And again, as simplistic as that sounds, that's exactly what happened. And I thought, God, I've never had such a feeling of get up. So I did.
My name is Lindsay Moore. I am 32. I started using when I was 15. I started out smoking pot the night my grandma was killed in a car accident. And it just went downhill from there. I dropped out of school, moved out. I blame myself because I think it was my fault. Because she was on her way to pick me up. I didn't go to school. I went to Florida when I was 18. I got pregnant with twins. And that's after I had them is when I started doing oxys, which led to doing heroin. And then I started shooting up heroin. I got pregnant. Got married. Was drinking and still smoking. And then we got divorced and I went crazy. Drinking all the time, doing pills, started snorting cocaine, smoking crack. Then it went to doing meth and cooking it, and then heroin. And heroin's what I got arrested for. Which thank God that happened. I'll probably be dead now. I think nothing but good is ahead of me. I got so many positive, wonderful people in my life now that I would have never dreamed of them being in my life. I definitely want to get my GED and go to school. I'd like to do interior design, but it's just some of the things. There's a lot of things I want to do.
Show the world I can. That's my motto, to show the world I can. I've been doubted for so long, been worthless, selfish. I just want to show the world I can. I'm Brandy and I'm a meth addict. I started using when I was about 12 years old. I always thought my parents would be together throughout all their fighting. I never thought they'd split up, and I took that extremely hard. I was 11 years old when I experienced sex for the first time. It was by a 27-year-old man. I was the two of his children's babysitter. I never really acknowledged that as a molestation or a sexual assault until I went into the county jail when my mind got clear to sit down and think. And the chaplain come to me at that time and she said, "Brandy, you really need to step back and look at that situation." So we moved into my mom's house, still using methamphetamines. My mom's totally against meth, and I knew that. So we moved out to a motel, living day to day, not knowing where we were going to get the rent to pay the motel room. And I was praying for a way out at that time, truly praying, not knowing who I was praying to. Afraid that if I went and got help, that my husband would get busted for cooking methamphetamines. That day come on November the 3rd, when the task force come busting through the door. It wasn't a sight. My daughter was in the motel room. She'd only been there about 20 minutes, but it was the simple fact of her being there. I now carry a Class D felony for child neglect. I'm not proud of that. But my daughter has overcome. I have overcome. She's very strong today. She's my motivation. My children are my motivation. They're what give me the fight to go on, to be sober for them. I have goals, and a few of my goals are, my first one is to accomplish my GED. While I was in prison, I studied for that. I accomplished my literacy. I have that, if I could just help one person to see that the change that I have made in my life. 2 years ago, I would have never thought I'd be sitting here today with 23 months sobriety.
One woman at a time. So thank you again for being here.
I just want to share a little bit too. Is we started this a few months back. It was back in the spring we started talking about this event, about what we wanted to do to help these ladies change their lives. And then it grew. Now we are like at 30 women outside in our pimp house to the women inside, and it's continuously growing. We try to keep, the goal is to start the Pimp Out Ministry, continue it as they come out of jail, even out of prison, become a mentor to them, and try to help them stay on their road to recovery. And then we started sending, I want to do makeovers on these girls. Before they come out, I want to do that, I want to do that. So when they come out, then we get them signed up to get in it's a lineup now. So get them signed up to do the makeovers for them. And sitting and watching, I've only been able to see one from the beginning to the end, and to sit and watch that transformation was just mind-blowing. If you've never been where they've been, I try to put myself in some of their mindset, and that's how I've learned what they deal with, what they go through, is God let me understand who they are. to understand the situation so that I can help them, so that I can grow with this as well. But the stories, every story has changed my life. But to watch how they have changed is an amazing blessing. And it pushes me to start this halfway house more than ever. This house is so needed here in Lebanon. That's why we want to do these events. One is to just raise money for women in recovery.